Amazon Connection Hidden Pact. Amazon 2073. The most important and richest territory on the planet has been disputed by many global leaders for many years through illegal exploitation, looting, and invasions aimed at possessing its vast environmental wealth and enormous diversity of precious stones, wood, and even water in its soil. Indigenous tribes have always felt cornered with little to do to protect themselves or seek humanitarian aid. They were only used and gradually transformed into greedy individuals, with many becoming part of the very groups that wanted to exploit their territory for some advantage, bribe, or share of the wealth. Cow was a young indigenous man who grew up in the Guayacan tribe, a very primitive tribe since the earliest days of the discovery of the continent. His great-grandparents founded the tribe and worked hard, not only to progress civilization but also to perpetuate it to the present day, where the tribe saw much of its customs and way of life being altered according to modernity, increasingly mixing with civilized life and its technological aspects. Cow gradually saw his tribe losing its tribal characteristics. He already wore regular clothes but still used accessories that identified him as a true indigenous person, always respecting his origins, worrying, and defending the Amazon when he saw something wrong happening. In the future, the Amazon became part of a treaty among the 9 countries that make up its territory, building an alliance where the main objective was security and maintaining order to prevent invasions, extractions of any kind on its soil, and wrong policies for economic purposes without restoring its biodiversity. At the same time, sustainable development was important so that humanity could obtain the orderly functioning of the territory for the benefit of all, correctly, without usurping the treaty. This agreement was very important, and flora and fauna were able to gradually develop. Nature, while not damaged, by legally assisting humanity, was also being rebuilt. Therefore, the field was always open to modernity. More cities and development centers were being built, but they were well policed against any invaders or entrepreneurs eager to extract the wealth of the Amazon without offering anything in return for its future security. One of these projects, the construction of a business center, was gradually developed near a large Amazonian territory, aiming to offer more jobs, technology, and education to the area. Additionally, researchers and scientists were working to improve coexistence between indigenous tribes and urban dwellers, seeking out new primitive tribes and ensuring the area's security in the Amazon. Cow ended up gaining access to this project, where his job was to assist in the facilities of a hotel built especially for tourists from all over the planet, in order to promote tourism and have a great commercial and profitable return for the region, where a portion of the profits would go to a pro-Amazon foundation. One day, during one of his lunch breaks, Cow fell asleep while resting inside a truck that was loading products. He only woke up when he heard the closing of the doors, and the vehicle started moving into the forest for several kilometers. Cow then overheard some conversations among the researchers and hid among the boxes inside the truck. When the truck stopped, Cow was able to get out and see that he was in an area he had never been to and did not know either. It was a precious stone extraction site, a mine with all the machinery in full operation, where indigenous labor was in full swing. There he understood that something was wrong, that it had nothing to do with the purpose suggested by the organization that was there, and that this activity did not correspond to the safety standards of the hotel project where he worked. Cow stayed hidden and witnessed the entire operation of this extraction area. There were many compartments and machinery for mineral and gemstone production, exotic animals, and even plants for scientific development. There was no slave labor. Everyone was aware and communicated peacefully with each other. The indigenous people mingled with others who seemed to be miners and loggers. They knew what they were doing. Cow was horrified and found a way to leave unnoticed, returning to the truck area without anyone noticing him. As he passed through the entrance, which was very hidden and difficult to access among the forests, in a position above this extraction center, he could see the entire base. It was huge, circular, and brightly lit at night, but it was positioned among the vegetation, among the huge trees and many plants, which somehow hid its location from the authorities. It was clearly being covered up. The so-called researchers were nothing more than explorers disguised as scientists, seeking to smuggle and drain to the maximum all the properties and environmental riches of this Amazon area. Cao also could not identify the indigenous tribe that worked there, but he could see that it was a primitive tribe because they had their peculiar look, with headdresses and war paintings, and they were very intimidating. Cao ran for kilometers into the forest, finally reaching the path that led to his work at the hotel the next morning. He immediately contacted his tribe, speaking with his leader and explaining everything he had discovered. A climate of concern and suspicion then hung over the entire tribe, and a pact of silence was made so that no one knew what had happened, for everyone's safety. But the chief, experienced and courageous, proposed to investigate once again with some members of the tribe and Cao to the site and once again confirm the story of exploitation in the area. The group then returned to the path of the exploitation base, paying close attention to enter unnoticed. They entered an environment where they noticed all the production, extraction, and environmental plundering done by the tribe working there. One thing they noticed was that the warlike appearance of the tribe with their body paintings mingled with the complete gray color of the bodies of all the indigenous people from the unknown civilization. But Cao's tribe group was discovered. They were apprehended by the base tribe, which was armed, and taken to another area where there were some animals, such as monkeys, birds, and even a jaguar, in cages. Suddenly, completely trapped and unable to do anything, Cao and his group noticed that the researchers were also put in a cage. Terrified, they remained together, unable to do anything as well. The chief was called to talk to the unknown tribe and was soon released. The cage where Cao and his tribe were was opened, and they were expelled from the base. The tribe then ran scared through the forest, quickly returning through the Amazon forest. Cao then had one last experience in that distant area. A huge roar echoed through the area, and a terrifying and impressive sight. The gigantic base emerged from the depths of the forest, all illuminated towards the skies of the Amazon, then disappeared among the clouds and vanished into the night, swiftly towards space. Cao, young as he was very frightened and lost consciousness, waking up only in his tribe. At home, he asked his shaman what had happened at the exploitation base and if the researchers who were imprisoned there had also escaped from the base. The tribe leader then spoke. "We saw no one, heard a noise and a flash, but we just ran and took him unconscious through the forests. We do not know what happened, but a deal was made." Cao tried to forget the terrible and fantastic visions he had that night, but over the next few days, he saw the hotel close, and the project was abandoned. The hotel management mysteriously closed its doors and dismantled all its accommodations, shops, and other stores, which ended up serving as places for the Amazonian tribes in the area, fishermen, and environmentalists from official organizations. Sometimes Cao wondered what the deal was made between the unknown tribe and his chief, but he had been warned to never discuss that matter again, so seeing that the exploitation had ended, his tribe was safe, and life was returning to normal, he remained silent and tried to live his life. But the deal was made on that fateful night.
The deal we made with the Amazonian tribe gave a return to their tribe, promising that we would return if the matter was taken up by the chief again. The researchers thought we were just another unknown tribe, an ancient civilization. They were wrong. The exploitation is ours, and they will be the slave labor we need on our planet.
Superfixer is a sci-fi short story channel, serving as the catalyst for concepts about technology, science, the universe, and science fiction.